even just the native .NET workflow allows you to run old workflows and old activities in the new runtime. So they didn't leave those people hanging.
Okay.
But that is old. That's legacy now. I mean, so the workflow in the new SharePoint is legacy workflow. But it is what it is. So if you're doing workflow in SharePoint, this is what we're doing. I mean, I know that doesn't tell you a whole lot, but that's all I know.
Okay.
What about looping and designer workflows? That's something you can't do in 2007.
You certainly can't do it in 07. So, like, I guess give me an example.
Just go through, iterate through a list, do something to every item in a list.
So do every item in a list. I'm trying to think if there's any creative ways that you could do something like that.
There were some kind of hacks in 2007 to do that, but it wasn't really recognized.
In the context of one workflow instance, gosh. Well, you can certainly create site workflows. That I can really, well, geez. Let me go look real quick. Someone asked me another question maybe while I'm pulling this up.
Can you expose your work through a web service such that, let's say a desktop application needs to initiate a workflow or a service or WCS?
Yep, that's available to the APIs. This is a site workflow. I would almost think.
I don't think there's
Yeah, there's not, but I wouldn't think that it would be impossible to write one.
Well, it certainly could be an activity, but it's...
Out of the box.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of a way that you would do that.
Okay.
Nothing's coming to mind.
All right.
I got a real experience. I wrote one. You have to do that in Visual Studio.
Okay.
So you wrote an action, or you actually wrote the workflow in Studio?
I wrote a flow in Visual Studio.
Mhm.
So you add a code section to the Visual Studio workflow, and you iterate through the list.
Yeah.
And you can perform.
Yeah, you could certainly do all that for sure. I don't think there's anything precluding you from writing a while activity that you could use in the designer. Why they don't include one, I don't know. And maybe I'm not thinking of a creative.
Probably so power users don't bring the system down and
Yeah.
doing crazy stuff.
As it turned out, for me, it was much just to write a feature
Yeah.
that I could execute. I mean, because it's either way, it's either a site workflow or a feature. Either way, you have to launch it manually. So why not just do a feature or a web part?
I see what you mean. Right.
All the workflow steps or whatever, like each person that touched, what time they touched it, is that all saved in history? So you bring it up on the dashboard or
It can be.
use it for statistics?
Yeah, so in Designer, there's a log to history action. So I could just say, log this message, so anytime.
So that logs everything that happens in that workflow?
If I tell, it'll log whatever I tell it to.
So it's.
And it won't log it tell it to.
Okay. That's what I need. Thank you.
Anything else?
Just somewhere underneath the covers of the workflow, two questions, I guess. Does it create XML file that identifies the workflow as an activity? And secondly, somewhere along the line, does it take the XML and actually writes or compile IL to be executed in .NET as an HTTP handler or something along those lines?
So declarative workflows, meaning ones that you do in Visio and are represented as XML, yes.
Okay.
So they are stored in the content database as .xoml files, and you can pull them and look at them and see what they look like. And basically, they would look like what you would think they would look like.
If they're declarative, they're more likely they already instance an object with some kind of propagated property.
Yeah, it happens at runtime if something comes and parses that and turns it into a tree of activities and executes that tree.
Gotcha.
And Visual Studio workflows are already code.
With the scenario, what I was asking in my question, it could be possible to create an action, some kind of more condition of an action, such as it says when completed, when whatever. You can create your own when, and then have it compile.
Yeah, so when I said no earlier,
Yeah.
I was referring to, I don't believe that the task process activities are extensible.
Okay.
I think those are what they are, but you could create your own version of that.
You find out what the face type is, and probably where the interface is implement the interface and probably extend it and be able to pull it up within the design.
Yeah.
It's probably something you could. You would think that somewhere along the lines that would
Sure,
extend it.
absolutely, sure. Well, thanks for coming, everybody.
Wow.
Thank you.
Todd, I got a question.